Welcome to another exciting edition to GroveCityHockey Presents
Hockey in our neck of the woods, and you, sir, were a very talked about person towards the end.
I'm a fifth-year senior, kind of. Well, it's my sixth year of college. Incredible.
Hey guys, we want to say thank you to our sponsor, Cutshield, for bringing you this episode. Make sure you check them out on the link below and use the promo code for 25% off your order. Used by all 32 NHL teams and players, Cutshield is the premier protective player clothing designed by players for players. Their innovative cut-resistant clothing has prevented serious injury to numerous players, including over 30 NHL players. Cutshield gives you the peace of mind to go out and play without worrying about injury. Use our promo code GroveCityHockey, all lowercase and no space, for an additional 25% off your order today. Welcome to GCH Podcast. I'm your host, Ben W. Stock, and with me is a very special guest. I've got author and media mogul, I guess you could say, in the roller industry, Jace Medina. Jace, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Oh, living the dream, man. We were just talking a little bit about family a few minutes ago. We both have young girls. Is she into the hockey yet, or is she kind of being her own little independent?
She does have a hockey stick. We bought it for her at Top Shelf Hockey over at Corona Inline, and it was actually their year anniversary. But yeah, she's got a hockey stick, and she loves to pick it up and run around and try and hit the ball. And yeah, she's learning. That's
awesome. Yeah, when Epic Hockey sent me a stick, she. And I just pulled it out. Benny, I don't think she wasn't even walking yet, so she would have been like 8 or 9 months old, and she's just got a hold of my stick and just twirling it around. So it was pretty cool.
That's good. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, but we're here to talk about your book. It's a roller hockey book. Not many people get a chance to read about roller hockey. And to me, I thought it's a great read. And it's for those of you who don't know the book, it's called Speedy Wheels. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Speedy Wheels and how that kind of came into fruition for us?
Yeah. So Speedy Wheels is a book about main character's name is Speedy. He finds a pair of magic skates, I guess. Literally just magic skates. They make him play like a pro. And so, naturally, as a teenager, you want to see how far you can go with some magic skates. And I grew up playing roller hockey, so I wanted to put the whole story in the roller hockey world. And there you go. You got Speedy Wheels.
All right. And so you used a lot of pseudonyms in there. I had to ask, the inspiration for Chad Johnson, was that based off of my career?
How'd you know?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Yeah. No. He was honestly fully fiction. I didn't really have anyone in mind. I wanted to build this world, and maybe in the future I'll expand in this world, but where roller hockey is kind of like not like more known than it is now. And so if you hear the name, I don't know, if you ask anyone in the real world right now who's Wayne Gretzky, I'm sure anyone with their right mind will know, ice hockey player.
Yep.
So in this world, Chad Johnson is, roller hockey player.
Right.
So pretty popular, pretty well known, and just at least in my world. So he wasn't really based off of anybody specifically. But he's just totally fictional.
Yeah. No, it's all good, and it was a good rib, I guess you could say. But no, so tell us a little bit about your experience in inline roller hockey. Like, did you just always played inline? Did you play any ice at all, or how did you get involved in inline?
Yeah, so when I was 12, I started playing because of my brother. And actually, it's a big theme in the book, Speedy and his brother James. It's really like what's the right word? Not a parody, but like an allegory, I guess, to my life. Just very, very out there though with the magic skates, but very similar. My brother inspired me to play. I think he had a friend who had a brother who played roller hockey, and he went to one of their games when he was in high school or fresh out of high school. And anyway, he loved it. So he started playing. Then I saw my brother play and I said, okay, I got to play. And, this is at a time when I did everything my brother did. USC football, he was all into that. So of course I was into it. Hopped over to hockey. I was into hockey. And then of course, in real life, he went to the Navy. And so of course, I'm changing my phone to military time and all that stuff. So he had a very big influence on my life. And so anyway, it started with, I had just out on the street in front of my parents' house. And just much like in Speedy Wheels, my parents actually have really smooth asphalt out front. And it was really nice and easy to learn to skate out there. And I just started on, regular low end inline blades, inline skates, and skating around the backyard, and then building up enough courage to go out to the front yard. And and then my brother could finally afford a little hockey net. We'd shoot on it, one of the cheap $40 ones made out of aluminum, and they'd be all bent from all the shots. And but that's it right there, playing out in the streets. And I didn't join a team until middle school. My middle school had a team, surprisingly, which was around 2011, 2012. And then I played a season or two for my high school. Yeah. And then actually high school's where I got into photo video.
Okay.
That's where that career kind of started. And then I came back to roller hockey after high school. Because I was like, hey, you know what? I had a lot of fun doing it. So there you go.
Yeah. So, and then you took a little bit of time away. It's very similar. I don't want to say similar, but I had to take some time away after I had back surgery in 2015, and I didn't come back to the sport until 2022, 2021, late 21.
Wow.
So like I didn't even step foot into a rink. I didn't even watch any hockey on TV. I was just like, I'm done, because if I didn't, I was going to get back out there and try to, essentially hurt myself.
Oh, right.
Again, because my back fully needed to fully heal. And it's 100% nowadays. I don't have any back issues, other than unless I sleep wrong, but that's just old age nowadays. But yeah, so tell us a little bit about Face Off Media. So you graduated, you go to college, you start up this media company, and it's a pretty big deal in the roller industry, because roller is I don't want to say small, but it is a niche market, and not a lot of people cover it unless they're absolutely passionate about it.
Right. Yeah, and that's for sure. So actually, I didn't go to college. Well, I did. I went for a few semesters of funky. I did a semester at art school. Then I quit. Then I did a semester at community college. I quit. I took a break. I did another semester at community college, and then one more semester at community college. Anyway, I only have, 6 credits to my name right now, but I don't know. College wasn't my thing. I like figuring things out on my own. And while I think, college, of course, can be good for, other people, it's just not for me. So going back to high school, I really, really loved making videos, and I just loved cameras. I still love cameras. And so taking that, I always had a camera everywhere I went, took pictures of my family, my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, and just taking pictures all the time. So I graduated 2016. 2017, I played my first adult league season. We were terrible. We were called the Salty Sailors. I don't think we won a game. but that was a long time ago. And actually, that might have been a little later. But Salty Sailors was 2019. Sorry, 2017. I don't even remember the team name. Took a break in between there. So 2020 comes, and everyone's hiding, and everyone's in their homes, and I'm like, you know what? I really love cameras, and I'm starting to play more hockey again. What if I just go and like film a hockey game? So I go to my brother. My brother enters my life again because he got out of the Navy around that time, or he got stationed in San Diego until he got out of the Navy.
Okay.
I'm in Orange County. He's in San Diego, so not super far. We got to see each other a lot more often, and we still do. So, I record one of his games, and if you go on my Face Off Media YouTube channel all the way back to the beginning, the first video it's either a roller hockey game at Corona Inline, or I think it's my brother's ice hockey game. And so anyway, I had a lot of fun, and I said, hey, you know what? I could probably do this. And sure enough, so that's why I went to Corona Inline and I filmed some games for pickup. And sure enough, I went to one tournament. My first tournament was the Lebeda Inline Cup 2020 at the Sahara Event Center, which I believe is no longer there, or they just completely got rid of hockey. The building might still be there, but anyway, I loved it. I loved the tournament, and then just kind of took off from there. And but yeah, I like watching sports, and I like cameras, so I combine the two, and yeah.
So now you're at the Corona. Now, how close is that to Irvine with the rinks? And then isn't there another rink too? There's like 3 rinks in that area.
So I live in Fullerton, which is like 20 to 30 minutes away from, like, including ice rinks, maybe 5 or 6 rinks.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm in a good hub. So if you go north from me, go up north. This one's probably the farthest. 35 minutes. You go northwest, you'll reach West Covina, which is Cal Street Hockey.
Okay.
Ethan played there. All the other guys who grew up over in West Covina played there. He's just the first one who came to my mind. I didn't play there really until a few years ago. And then if you go south, about 20, 30 minutes, you'll get to the rinks in Irvine Inline, which is close to Great Park, which has 5 Point Arena, where the Ducks play, or the Ducks practice.
Yeah.
Then you go 20, 30 minutes east, you'll go to Corona Inline.
Okay.
And that's where I grew up playing my first regular season game, and where I played my adult league for a while. And then, of course, like I mentioned, there's a bunch of other ice rinks kind of 20, 30 minutes away from me. But yeah, those are like the big 3. I'm trying to think if I missed out on any other. Yeah.
I just I'm a little bit familiar with the Orange County area because my grandparents and my dad and uncle grew up out that way.
Sweet.
In the 60s and 70s before they moved back. I think my uncle graduated in 78, 79, somewhere right in there.
Oh wow. Okay.
They were right in Anaheim. I know my grandfather was like the what was he? Like the city treasurer, I believe. Something like that.
That's cool.
So and then he came back and was like the little city treasurer of Three Rivers, which is tiny compared to out there. Because I think my uncle said that when he graduated, they gave his parents a card to tell him what time to show up because they were at Anaheim Stadium, and they gave him a card as to what time to show up for their to see him walk across the stage to get his and it was like. He said some astronomical number, and I mean, he could have been fibbing me, but I want to say it was like 5,000 people were in his graduating class, and I was like, how do you even how do you even remember
Yeah.
anybody,
Yeah.
let alone all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But
my graduating class had about 2,000, I think.
Yeah,
something like that.
But yeah, so then when when they moved back to Constantine, my dad's graduating class was 86.
Oh wow.
So a big culture shock for him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah.
Man.
But yeah,
are you out of? Sorry, I meant to ask where are you at?
So I'm in Michigan. I'm right on Lake Michigan, just north of
Cool.
Grand Haven in the Ferrysburg, Spring Lake, Tri-City area.
Cool.
If you're looking on a map, it's just south of Muskegon, or directly due due west of Grand Rapids. So I'm literally Lake Michigan is not even 0.5 of a mile from my house.
Wow.
So
where and where are you close to in terms of Fraser roller hockey?
So I'm 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
West, almost not straight west, but because it's down. But if you if you take Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and just go straight across, that's where I'm at. I'm in cool. Michigan, so right across the pond.
Yeah.
So
nice.
But yeah, so there's actually no rinks for roller in the area that I'm in.
Oh man.
Yeah, they the last one closed down. I want to say in 2016, 2017.
Man.
Yeah, it was within a couple years after I had surgery.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then there's one rink that does a summer league for 15 weeks when they melt the sheet down, but it's all on smooth concrete. There's no, and it's tough, but there's MIHA, which is the Midwest Inline Hockey Association.
Right.
So they have leagues from, or not leagues, but tournaments from Buffalo, New York, all the way to Chicago. With teams coming in from Canada, Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota.
Wow.
Then they go down to Nash's Arena down in Columbus.
Oh, there you
Pittsburgh
go.
is another one. Indy. They go to Indianapolis as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 19 to 20 events, including the championship. So
all right,
and they do a couple not necessarily back to back, but they'll do dual locations, on certain weekends. So you can be in at Fraser one weekend, and they'll be in Indy that same weekend, or in Columbus one weekend, and Buffalo the same weekend as well.
Oh, right.
But yeah, so and that one's you got 4 tiers. So tier 2 is your pro guys that you'll see, some of the guys from CarShield. The Rage Cats will play with that from time to time, and then you'll see then your T3 is your guys that are either just coming down from playing T2, or they're just they're too good for the T4.
Right.
Which is just kind of your above average rag guys, and then you have your T5 guys, which is essentially your beginner league. Guys that have been playing, or that want to learn the game, that haven't had a chance to play at a competitive level, but want to. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool league. And then of course you have Pi Hop, but Fraser. You have Fraser, which is 25 minutes from Taylor Sports Complex.
Oh, right.
Yep. And then you have the JCC, which is the Jewish Community Center, also has a rink as well.
Oh, wow, cool.
But yeah, that's all on the east side. Nothing really on this side. So,
man, so really, do you play weekly or? No,
I haven't played since 2015.
Got it. So when you had your back issues.
Yep.
Man,
so I had to have surgery with my S1, L5, L4, and L3. I had to have all of that reworked.
Oh man.
And I was to the point where I couldn't walk.
Wow.
But yes, no, I mean, I played with Etan back in Major League Roller Hockey.
Oh
And
man,
then of course,
it's cool.
I'm still in contact with some of the boys from that team.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff. So, and then I just reach out and shoot the breeze with anybody and everybody I can that wants to talk inline hockey.
Yeah, that's cool.
So,
and then actually, just so he doesn't kill me, I forgot, is also the dojo.
yes. I mean,
not far from West Covina.
Right.
Going back to the rinks that are around here.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ethan, he I got to mention that.
yeah, and his dojo tool that he's got out too. I mean, that guy is a class act and a phenomenal individual. I have nothing but great things to say about Etan, or Etan, however everybody wants to say it.
And the dangle tool is actually Laura Vaharanta.
Yeah.
From
Okay.
from Rink Rat and so it's a cool tool. I've been taking a break from hockey too. I haven't played in a while, but maybe about a year or so. But it's okay. It's you need breaks sometimes.
yeah. I actually reached out to Laura because she plays with Team USA to try to get her on the pod. She said she'd be available, but we just haven't been able to iron out a date yet. So
she's super cool.
Yeah, and she got the game winner against Spain, which is amazing.
That's right.
So
very cool.
Yep. So we talk a lot about the World Skate Games and all of that stuff. So those episodes are dropping pretty soon.
But,
nice. Yep. So because I think I just had the Pan American Game boys on a few weeks ago, and their episode dropped today.
Oh, nice.
So So if you hadn't had a chance to check it out, check it out.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those. It's a pretty good episode.
I have yet to go to the World Skate Games. I've been wanting to. I've really been wanting to, and I tried reaching out to see if I can make it happen, but it just didn't work out yet. But I thought it would have been really cool to document the USA team, men's USA team.
Oh, dude, it would have been sick. Maybe you should try to do like the Masters, the Legends and Veterans ones at MIHA. It's the MIHWA.
Okay.
That is they're going to be in Germany this year.
Wow.
And they're going to be at one of the former Olympic rinks.
Okay.
So one's going to be pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I can get you in touch with Peter Wirt, and Michael Enright and see about getting some extra help over there for those guys. Cause they're a phenomenal crew right there. Peter's the voice of MIHA, which is the Masters. And then, so you'll see guys that are, 35 and up, or 38 and up, 38 and up. And then you'll see guys that are 45 and up. And then you'll see guys that are 50 and up in those three divisions. So you'll see,
very cool.
You'll see Rob Chorterman. You'll see,
there you go.
And you'll see Marty Guads. I'm sure you know who he is. He plays out by you, I believe.
Oh yeah.
And then you'll see my friend Mike Francis. He'll be on the team too. So
sweet.
it'll be pretty cool to see them this year and how they do.
Yeah, that's awesome. That would be cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw my Palma Levated Golden Knights video from when they won State Wars in 2022.
Yeah,
but
I do remember. I've seen a lot of their videos of their stuff. So I mean,
no, just my favorite thing, and this started back in high school. I actually did film like that. That's the class I took. It was it's called film ed, and I learned how to make films, short films, music videos, all this stuff. And, covering sports was like the last thing anyone wanted to do. And so, and me too, I didn't really want to do it, but I found out my favorite thing watching movie in film ed was, recording the behind the scenes, recording the real stuff, You could put all this money, put all this time into making something fictional look really good, and that's awesome. It's really cool.
Right.
But when you can capture like real moments, real emotions, I think that's even better. So that's why I love sports, and being at that State Wars where Palma won, like you just like you feel it. I felt it, recording it, capturing it, and then tried to put that into the video, so that's the kind of stuff I love doing. I love getting telling the real stories.
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine if somebody had like not necessarily full access, but access to doing what you were just talking about for like the 1980s Olympic hockey team when they were going on their run, from game one to the Russian game, and then from there to the Finland game. Because a lot of people don't realize that Team USA didn't beat Russia for the gold. I mean, granted, the way that the playoff system was set up that way, it felt like it because they hadn't lost in so many years since 1960, I think. So it's 20 years. Wow. So you had four champions or 4 times in a row where they hadn't lost anything in that type of Olympic venue.
Right.
But if you had like that camera set up, where they're just documenting the guys in the locker room just getting ready, who was sitting next to who, how much more authentic that movie Miracle would have been.
Oh, for sure.
With little snippets of that stuff at the end, much like when you watch the movie Invincible, where you see Vince Papali's touchdown at the end of the movie, with clips and then celebrating with his team. I think those type of moments are what we need to see as sports fans even more. And I cannot commend you enough for bringing that type of stuff to life. And I think it would be really cool to do something like that with some of these pro teams, at like Palma, at the Palma Pro Invitational, at Narch or at Tours, getting some kind of behind the scenes follow like 2 or 3 of the big heavy hitters, and then really kind of piecing stuff together. I think it would be amazing to watch. I think it would really bring a lot more eyes to the sport and maybe help grow it even bigger than what our niche market is, even though we do love our community.
Right. We do. And of course we're all thinking of ways to grow it, and there has been a boom in video and photo for roller hockey, which is great. Getting more exposure, and I think that's mainly why I wrote Speedy Wheels, was because I said, okay, I'm at a point where I've done video for a while, and only a couple of years, but a while as in, I want to work on try something new, try a different project. So that's why I wrote the book, and maybe reaching a different audience, especially the kids, because they're the ones that are gonna take over the sport eventually. Spark that love young, like when I loved it when I was 12, and so maybe Speedy Wheels will help. I don't know. It's still kind of under the radar, I think. But
I think it's one of those books that you need to get it in like classrooms. Once it's in the classrooms, and once you get, even if you just hit one kid out of every year, he's gonna tell his friend hey, I really like this book, or hey, you should really check this book out. Speedy Wheels, you can call me Speedy. I know my son, like I can't wait for my son to start reading, because I'm gonna have him read this book. And I literally I have a copy of it right here. I'm not messing around. I have it, even though you guys can't really see it. I got it right here.
There it is.
I love it. It was a great read. Is just like reading a Goosebump book back in the day. So it was a fast read, but it was an engaging read, and I love how you the twist at the end. I love that. And now having a chance to talk to you and how much love you have for your brother, I can see how that turned around in the book, and it shows.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah. It was really fun writing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I hope you are able to continue reading a little bit or writing a little bit more about that world. I think it would be really cool to be able to read more about that.
Yeah. I definitely have ideas.
Yeah.
Now I just need to have the time,
right?
And I think the demand still needs to be there. But I'm totally okay if this is the only book. It was a lot of work, it was a lot of time, and it's so cool to look at. I'm sorry, I keep looking down because I have mine right here too. I wanted to point out this is a hardcover right here.
Yeah.
The hardcover, nice. I don't know if you know, but it has kind of what we're talking about. It's got some bonus content at the end, the hardcover. And I talk about the real story. Some pictures. Oh, I don't know if you can see that.
Okay, yeah.
It's censored right now.
Blurred out. Yeah.
It's censored. But anyway. There's pictures.
Exclusive content for when we can actually get some pictures up.
Exactly. So the hardcover I think is pretty cool because that was like I want to make a nice I wanted to make a nice version of paperback's cool, but like to have a hardcover, it was a little more expensive, obviously, because on Amazon for me it's a little more expensive too to have. But I wanted to kind of give a little extra in there. Like here's some like bonus content. So just want to let everyone know, if you haven't got the hardcover, some bonus content there. Yeah.
And and I recommend you get out there, get Speedy Wheels. Where can we get Speedy Wheels? We can get it on Amazon, right?
Amazon. Yep. The only place selling it that I had given a good amount of copies to is Top Shelf Hockey. If you're close to me in Orange County, Corona Inline, Top Shelf Hockey has copies. They loaded up for the holiday season, and then I sent a handful over to. I've never met them before, but Sharp Shack.
Yeah, out there in Massachusetts. Yeah. Steve Duffy. He's a great guy.
Yep. I sent a few copies to him.
I actually think that's where I saw the book. Like, I think he
posted really?
About it. Yeah, I think that's how cool. I came across it.
Oh, nice.
And then I was like, I want to read it because I've never had a chance. I don't think there is any other roller hockey story books out there like this one.
Right. Well, actually, I'm glad you bring that up because I did want to mention that I didn't want to like subconsciously steal someone else's idea, so I didn't look for roller hockey books until mine was done. And but sure enough, I looked online. There's only I think 2.
Okay.
And they're by. Have you ever read those Matt Christopher books? Like
I can't say off the top of my head. I can't say, but if I see the cover of the book, then I can probably go yay or nay.
Yeah, they're those books that are all sports. There's a lot of baseball ones, a lot of football, basketball, all the main sports. But he wrote 2 because he was an author in the 90s. He wrote 2 inline hockey books. Okay. And so after my book was done, I went and my brother actually found one of his at a Goodwill or something, and I started reading it. And I think it's fun for kids. I couldn't quite. I don't know. His writing style's not like really for me, but I read a little bit of it, and it was So there's only 2 other ones that I know of that are about roller hockey, like roller hockey specific book. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Because that's I had no idea. Because I was like, man, I don't think I've ever come across a roller hockey book like this, and I'm glad. I mean, everything else is like how to play roller hockey or other stuff to that nature.
Right.
And I've read plenty of hockey ones, but no inline.
Yeah. I was going to mention there is from Green Biscuit. They came out with, I can't remember the title, but they came out with a book with the cover is the characters on inline skates, I think on his driveway with one of the Green Biscuit pucks, training with the Green Biscuit. But I think the gist of the story is training to get better at ice, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's kind of a mix of roller and ice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't checked that one out actually yet. But yeah.
Well, cool. Yeah. Well, Jace, I I think that's going to do it for this episode, man. And
Cool.
I cannot thank you enough for taking the time. Hopefully, we get a chance to chit chat after this and kind of stay in touch a little bit and bounce ideas off of each other. Because I know with the pod that I'm trying to do and bringing, just bringing information to those that may not even be aware of what's going on. A lot of people don't know about inline hockey in in Europe or in Africa, and the World Skate Games, and the Masters. It sounds like that might have been something that you might have missed on your radar too. So it's just one of those things where that's what this podcast is about growing the game. And I cannot thank you enough for coming on, and thank you enough for writing the book too, because I truly appreciated it. And I can't wait to hopefully read some more of your work in the future.
Cool. Well, yeah, thanks for reading the book, and thanks for having me.
That's going to do it for this episode of GCH Podcast. I'm your host, Ben W. Stock, alongside Chris Greco. Thanks for tuning in. Please make sure you like and subscribe on all our platforms on YouTube and on Spotify. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Cheers.